Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy, when last we left off, we were here in Dunland. In fact, we were right over here at Starkmoor, which is as far over here, basically in the northern west corner of Starkmoor, the region of Starkmoor that you can get. We were investigating whether or not that the herdsmen were working on giving their herds and giving support to Saruman's forces. And we had come over here to investigate the place with Nona. She wants to scout the farmhouse and then the sheep enclosure and the planted field. So that is what we are going to do now. We will take a look probably over here at the planted field first. And what we see, a bunch of strawberries, and looks like, what is that, a bunch of carrots lying around? Assuming this is the planted, maybe this is the fallow field. Maybe this is the one that has already been checked. We'll take a look around. Let's see, is there a planted field? Is this the planted field? Is this the sheep enclosure? Who knows? Oh. The field is full of grains, planted but yet to be harvested. All right, so we have... Oh, my God. I didn't mean to disturb your cow. All right. Hope this isn't the guy's prize bull that I'm fighting and about to kill here. But at least these parts were true to real life. You have to remember that about bulls. The ones that still have their... still are intact and are true bulls. They are aggressive creatures. They will kill you in a heartbeat if you allow them to. So remember that. A lot of people that think that cows are silly animals, they're not. Cows can kill people. Cows kill more people every year than sharks do. Now that is one of those well, he got back up in a hurry. That is one of those statistics that you have to take with a little bit of a grain of salt. It's just like when people talk about sharks and go, you know, bees kill more people every year than sharks do. Well, that's true, but part of that is because more people live with their bees than live with their sharks. You know, there's bees in Kansas. There aren't sharks in Kansas. So take that as it will. But here we go. This looks like this must be the sheep enclosure. Ugh. With a rather ugly carcass right here in the front. Some of the sheep have been killed and left to rot. That is not good. Yep, that's another one. That's not good at all. I thought I smelled something here. Let us go on up the hill then. We're going to go right on up to the farmhouse. And avoiding this other dun bull. Hopefully avoiding that dun bull. And see if... God, there are dun bulls everywhere. What the heck is this? And plus, can we turn on our light? Yes, we can. Okay, there's some farm cats around. The farmhouse has been abandoned by its rightful owners. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, let's go back down the hill, talk to Nona in the Starkmoor down here, and see what she may have to say about that. Can she enlighten us any as to why the owners might not be around to tend to their fields and their animals? Because judging by all the bulls everywhere, I'd say that they haven't been doing too good a job. All right, Miss Nona. Something is fishy here.
I think this is what Lou Brennan feared.
I think this is what Lou Brennan feared, Gnarlo. The farms of the Starkmoor are not held by friendly clansmen any longer. The main trading settlement to the south may be similar, but we will not know it without going there. So now we get to choose one of these. Let's see. 69, heavy armor. We can't do that. We could wear the medium. We could wear the light, although that's not really helping us. Let's go with this one.
If we can help the people of Starkmoor, we may deprive Saruman's armies of their food.
Book 4, Chapter 11, Into the Dunbog. The people of the Stockmoor are on the tipping point, Gnarlo. If we can help its people, we may be able to deprive Saruman of the food he needs to feed his armies. Travel south to Aberdeen and help the people there and all throughout the Starkmoor. It may prove the difference in this region. Once you are satisfied that you've done all you can to help the people of the Starkmoor, I will meet you where the road passes from the Starkmoor to the Dunbog in the south by a great stone arch, and we will continue our journey together. Okay, this is one of those help them as much as you can, which means as much as you want to. And then we will find her at the stone arch from the road to Starkmoor to Dunbog. So let's see where that might be. Right here. So right around in this area there should be a can we turn all those on? Yeah, we do have them all on. There should be a stone arch somewhere right here. And it looks like the town we're trying to get to is possibly down here. So that's where I'm going to travel next. Travel down here to the town, Aberdeen, I think she said the name was, and grab that stable master while we're at it as well. So let us mount up. Since it's nighttime, we'll use our mount with the lantern. And there we go. Now, where is the cows everywhere? Yeah, this place is not in good shape. All right, we're going to continue on down this way. If for no other reason, we'll visit the town because we've got some stuff over here we need to sell off. And I am going to actually travel that way since we've not been there before. I always like to actually put the journeys onto the recording here. Oh, there's somebody with a ring right over here too. Andrus, what are you up to with your broken down cart?
Hear me out, Devodiad, for I have a tale to tell.
Broken wheel, shredded bag, smashed crate, torn ledger. Tell you what, my blood sister, Narwane is on her way. Just be patient for 5 or 6 years. She'll be along, and she'll be glad to help you here. No problems whatsoever. All right, let us continue down. Hate having to leave him, but we are trying to get through our journey here and get through the epic line. That is the point of this whole story as it is. See where the epic line leads us and where all the different choices might go. All right, to the right, I think is what we're looking at. So let us travel more to the west. Done calves, done goats. And I think we're done here. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Be sure and tip your waitresses and try the fish. Discovered Aberdeen. Okay. Now, is this something that I need to do I'm going to check and see if this is something that I need to do a travel log on. If it is, these little dancing children or dancing hobbits? It's hard to say. These people here could tell me, but they're not in the mood to discuss anything right now, I would imagine. All right, I'm going to look on the deed, see whether this is something we need to do a travel log on. If it is, it will be placed in right next. And if it's not, I'll be joining you again in just a moment. Aberdeen. Aberdeen is a trading post and village of the Ukluth, the Ox clan, in the Starkmoor. Okay, Aberdeen was indeed part of the Starkmoor we're looking for here. It is, in fact, exploring the Starkmoor. We found Aberdeen, and we found the farmhouse, or the farmhouse, the Cartrev Andras, which is the home of the trader Andras. So let us run on in here. We are going to talk to the stable master.
I have not seen your kind before.
All right, if he's not seen my kind before, those must be children dancing around up there. Let's see, are you the next part?
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
Okay, you got a quest for me to find a missing stable hand. Let's see. Just seeing here, there's a bulletin board, there's a healer, we've got a milestone, a stable. Okay, more healers. Interesting looking place. Truly interesting looking place. Relic Master, Forge Master. So yeah, this was just like Galtrev and everything. This was a hub apparently at one time. Something for you to spend some time here while you do the missions and all thereabouts. Let us see if what I suspect is true and you do not actually have to do any quests here. Maybe just like whenever we came down through, not the Bone Vales, but over here in the, what was that? The Ashenshaws, I think is the name of it. Mornshaws, just like whenever we came through the Mornshaws, you know, it was a situation where we didn't actually have to, zoom in, zoom out, there we go. Where we didn't actually have to do any quests, just when we felt we had done enough, we could pass on. So that's what we're going to do here. Going to travel on down. We will take our first right and see if we can find her down here by the Dunbog. So y'all have a good one, folks. It's been great meeting y'all. Thank you for the hospitality, I suppose. I've just remembered I have pressing. Much like Gandalf, I have pressing business away south, so I will see y'all next time. Keep your powder warm, keep your powder dry, keep your stiff lip, keep up your peckers up. That is actually a line from one of the first drafts of The Hobbit, by the way. It must be, all I can say is it must be like an English expression, perhaps. Because I've got the 2-volume set, behind the scenes of The Hobbit. One of them is called Hello, Mr. Baggins, and the second volume is called There and Back Again. And got copies of the manuscripts, or typescripts, or however you want to say it, of the original copies of the various forms of The Hobbit and the changes that it made over time. And sure enough, whenever Gandalf is abandoning the dwarves in Bilbo on the actual 2 more quests. Who is this up here? There's Nona. Okay, when he's abandoning them on the eaves of the Mirkwood Forest, there in the Elven Road, he tells them to, stay to the trail, keep a stiff lip and keep your peckers up, and you'll get through the other side all right. And it's like, really? Really? Gandalf said, keep your peckers up. Alrighty. Let's see here. Hello, Nona.
I'm glad you are here.
I'm glad I'm here too, and as you notice, not all that tired and none the worse for wear. Book 4, Chapter 11, Into the Dunbog. I'm glad you are here. The Dunbog is just ahead.
Do you see the scout up ahead?
The scout. Is that the guy right over yonder? The guy with the ring over his head? Book 4, Chapter 12, Outliers. Do you see the scout up ahead by the large rocky outcropping? I do not know to what clan she belongs. Go see if she is friendly, Gnarlo. The people of the Dunbog keep to themselves, and I know little of them. But if Saruman has paid for their loyalty, they are already our enemies. All right. Determine whether scout by the rocky outcropping is friendly, and scout the small camp of Dunlending southwest of the rocky outcropping. Okay, that we can do. So let us head on over here. I'm assuming that is the scout, Bethan. The scout stares at you warily, but does not attack. Okay, hello, Bethan. How are you this fine evening?
Hear me out, Duvodiad, for I have a tale to tell.
Outsiders not welcome. We do not get many travelers down this road. Is there something that I can help you with? What could you possibly want down this way? The Avant-Luth do not take kindly to Duvodiad. There is a small band of us here, but we ask for naught, nor do we need anything for you. If you insist, you may speak with Alan. He is leading a scouting party nearby. So I'll talk to Alan at the lookout camp for the new quest, Outsiders Not Welcome. I'm assuming this is the camp. That would seem to make sense. Things of swamp gas and bog beetles. Okay. What are your name? Alun. Judging from the symbols that decorate the camp, these men are for the Avant-Luth clan. Okay. You must be Alun. Bethan sent you here, did she? Interesting. I am not certain that she was wise to do so, but we have naught we can hide here. The land is open as far as you can see, and there's not anything to see. Why would you even want to come here? Perhaps you could prove that you would be a valuable ally to the Avant-Luth. Food and supplies are scarce here, as you can see. Maybe you can help us gather some things.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Vodiad.
Protective shells. Since you're so persistent, perhaps I can put you to some use. The elders have asked us to gather supplies while we're out here on watch. I personally would rather be in my hut with my wife keeping warm. Do you think you could help me then? We need to collect shells from the beetles in the area. We use their shells for armor and cooking, and their meat is passable. But the shells are what we are looking for. Undamaged, of course. Bring them to me when you are done. So we need to collect 6 beetle shells from the various beetles around here, huh? And those are some big damn beetles. My, they're growing big around here. See, those are bog toads. Makes me think much like the... probably much like the ones over there in the area around the Bruinen. Okay. Dismount. Get ready to attack this sucker. Let's see how tough this buddy's gonna be. My mouse is starting to act up with me a little bit. The cord is starting to get kind of, got kind of a bend in it. There we go. Very good. Collected 1 beetle shell. Alright, they're not too tough. I wouldn't want to get 2 or 3 of them on me, but they're not too tough. Damn it. Alright, let's try this mouse here again. We are going to keep hunting these beetles until we've got the 6 shells. I see another one over here. And when we collect them and go back to Alun, we will talk to you then. Alrighty, we've collected our 6 shells. Let's go back talk to Alan. I've got to say, I'm happy. Looks like they've reused the Grebig, the Grobbog model for the bog beetles here that you find in, that you would find in the Grebig model, like the Grebig worker model you would find in Moria. Being we're in a marsh, I half expected to see them use the Knickerbreaker model yet again, but it's good to see them using some of their other models for a change. Here you go, Alan. Impressive. This will make my time here go much more quickly. Thank you. Perhaps there's more to you than there seems, Devodiard. My wife will be happy when I return home sooner than usual. Okay, talk to Nona again. Let us go and report off to her about what we have found pertaining to the group of the Avant Luth here. She should be right over here. So this used to be a big stone arch, did it? Looks like it must have collapsed at some point in time. Glad I wasn't actually looking for an archway. I'm glad that she was so visible over here. It could have been a bit of a search before we came back this way.
These people are outliers, on the edge of great danger, but not given in to it.
These people are like my own, Gnarlo. They are outliers, at the edge of great danger, but not given in to it. May they resist as well as my people have done. We must help the Avant Luth to stand against Saruman. Alright, let's see which one of these we're going to take. Will, Vitality, and Fate. Agility, Vitality, and Fate. Might, Agility, and Vitality. We'll go with this one.
Help the people of Dunbog before meeting me in Corriglin.
Oh, and here we go again. Book 4, Chapter 13, Land of Iron. The people of the Dunbog have been on the edge of the coming conflict for some time, forgotten by all but their nearest neighbors. Did Saruman factor this into his calculations? We must help them resist here, Gnarlo. They remind me of my own people, estranged from the other clans, and I do not want them to labor alone. Help them resist the wizard. When you are satisfied you've done all you can for the people of the Dunbog, travel to Corriglin. I will meet you in Banarvan, for it seems to be a village of some importance, and Lou Brennan wanted to learn the status of the mines of iron. So we're headed into Corriglin and Barnoven. Okay, let's take a look at that. Corriglin would be here, and I'm assuming this is Barnoven. We'll probably travel on into the Dunbog, find this stable master. In fact, why don't we go ahead and do that? We will travel on down. Once again, we will probably skip doing any sort of missions or anything for them. But let us see if we can't find where this... Oops, not floating names, it's the one. Pretty much straight on in this direction, huh? Let's see if we can find a road, a trail, something here. This is like trying to find your way through the Midgewater or trying to find your way across the dead marshes here. It's like, is there a road? I can't tell. There's a lot of bridges, but I can't tell if there's any distinguishable pathway. I can see houses, however. So we will continue on up there. Find the stable master here. What is the name of this settlement?
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
The Lun Ross. Okay. Now exploring Lan Ross. Okay, so another travelogue entry, and that will finish off our night. So I will put it after the farewell, because they're a lot easier to film and edit in that way. So we're going to thank you for coming along with us. Enjoy your stay here in the Dunbog. Gotta say, the sound of the crickets is very relaxing. Might just listen to this while I drift off to sleep here on the couch here in a little while. So we will do that. Alright, apparently he's got other plans. We'll see you again next time, and thanks for coming along. Bye-bye. Lan Ross. You have found Lan Ross, home of the Avant Luth.